Morjesta ja tervetuloa Oh, sorry, in English. Welcome to Rauta's Reviews. This time it's all about death metal with the Finnish band Sadistik Forest and their new EP called Obscured Old Remains. As you can see, this EP from spring 2021 comes in a fucking cool glossy covers. I mean, you can almost feel and see these reflections with these colors, like this skeletal face and hand, and very different feeling with the other parts of the cover. Same goes with the back cover of this MCD, and as you can see, 4 tracks, 19 minutes, beautiful looking, very sturdy digipack, I mind you. This is not one of those thin cardboards, but something that you could bite and still not go through it. I don't know why would you bite a digipack release, but that goes beyond the point. As you can see, one really cool looking digipack release, which has this 4-page cardboard deal here, and old school death metal is the name of the game. Those of you who've been following Sadistik Forest throughout the years pretty much know the deal. It's kind of old school. It's not one of those bands that go very technical or super speedy, but more on the mid-tempo and groovier, darker side of death metal. You have those nice guitar leads, you have some very basic riffing, and you get the palm muted stuff and all, and you have that old school feeling without actually sounding like, hey, it's a copycat of Swedish Sunlight Studio sound and all that stuff. So it very much stands on its own ground with its own pair of feet. And it's still doing its own style, but having this old school sound. Does that sound confusing? Because it's not. Now, throughout these 4 tracks in 19 minutes, Sadistik Forest is actually, in my opinion, upping their game. That is, they are doing their stuff, but better than previously. Now, I haven't heard exactly all of their productions, but having originally hearing the band for the first time like 10 years ago, maybe even more, I see a clear pattern how this band is stepping up. That is, they're like release after release, like honing, learning from their mistakes, and just polishing their stuff, still sounding dark, dirty, and heavy as hell. And in my opinion, this is a good release. First of all, the songwriting is good, it's solid, maybe not so surprising, but it's solid. And vocals, they're deep, kind of a growlier parts, and then there's more these, what I would say, half black metalish raspier parts. Not exactly screaming, but kind of a shriekier versions of the typical growling. So there is diversity both in songwriting as well as the vocals. Now when it comes to production, that is strong and heavy, and what I really like is that how the bass guitar is, that is being letting out. It's more on the foreground than so many other bands which just push the bass more in the background. And I think that it really supporting the music, because this is the kind of a band that doesn't have these technical riffs, but more about the basics. And that's where bass guitar has more, say, breathing space, if you will. So it has more than just roll to support the drums. It's more like supporting the guitars way more than so many other bands. So production, very good for this kind of release. Now, people who like old school death metal and still want to hear something, a little twist, like a little new twist to their music, this is something that should check out Sadistik Forest. It's not exceptional release, but it's a good one, so I urge you to give it a go. You will find links provided in the description box, so go listen to some death metal.